What is up?
Hi.
Hi.
I really like our intro music that plays
Oh,
while we're waiting for the show to go live.
yeah, I know. I'm doing
It's
this,
it's very
and I told
calming.
you not to cough into the microphone while the intro music played, like you did last time.
I
But
didn't though, did I?
no, last time you did. But so Degree has found the mute button on his headset over here, and And then I'm dancing like this during the intro music, and I punched the mic really hard. So I probably made a big loud noise. So
No, I didn't hear it.
as
I
soon as
was
I give you a bunch of shit,
clearing my throat, so I didn't hear any of it.
yeah.
Oh,
So when I was recording music a lot, I would do you do vocal takes, and
mhm.
literally right before I'm about to sing on every vocal take, I would feel a pinch in my throat,
Yes.
like a weird psychosomatic thing that happened to me all.
It's what I do for 2 hours every Monday at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like
Yeah,
just I nonstop clearing my throat.
yeah. Skewered Universe is handing it to you. Look at Degree with a headset. Way to embrace technology. That's
This is
right.
a Radio Shack, or no, excuse me, GameStop headset.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
which
And
is
you were
basically Radio Shack.
and Degree. Let's let the people behind the scenes a little bit. You were having a bit of a panic attack, having to wear a headset last week.
I was. It
You,
was
you
not.
made it through.
I did
Made it
make it
through.
through. It was kind of mildly claustrophobic, and I didn't really like it. And then it was like rubbing up against my track jacket, and I could hear it so loud. But here I am, week two.
Hmm.
I don't like it. I think I'm going to get little headphones.
Little
Um,
AirPods.
Even that though, it's like it's just weird having everything else kind of not everything, but kind of being blocked out. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not a headset person. I'm not.
Technology is just scary to some of us,
It's
and
not technology. It's like audio sensory kind of things. Is what
we
it is.
got
It's not the tech.
Blurry Line in the chat. We got Nuclear Wessels X in the chat. We got Antoine Wilson in the chat.
Hmm.
We got Skewered Universe podcast in the chat. Yeah, we got a crew of sickos with us,
We do.
and we got something good for you guys this
I
week.
hope. Yeah, we
So
do.
last
I was gonna
week,
say I hope so. I'm like, no, we do.
no,
This
we
one's
do.
fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
no, you got you always got to project with confidence. Even
That's right.
have confidence. So last week we did a blow by blow of the movie The Wrestler,
Hmm.
and it was our most viewed or listened to podcast so far. Now that was our
Sweet.
third episode. Our third episode, but it more than doubled the amount of listens or views we've done before. Um, and I'm not exactly sure why, because it,
People really wanted to hear about a 1974 movie they've never heard of and have absolutely no chance of ever watching.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and or maybe they thought we were talking about the Mickey Rourke movie.
maybe they did.
Even though it said 1974 right in the title, maybe people were like, maybe it was 1974. I don't know.
Maybe that's a remake.
Maybe it's a remake of, yeah, a
Of
movie
the
that Mickey
like we
Rourke.
were watching the original version. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we were
It's
not. Spoiler.
it's in the spirit of, in the spirit of.
It's a spiritual successor.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
so that's good. It did well. I think that it's because my dog was on. Uh,
That's
my
true.
dog made a guest spot over there. You can see the towel that I dry my dog's feet off with when she comes in from the outside,
Mm-hmm.
also known as her bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. If you're not
See,
used to them, it can be overwhelming. It is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's actually the tagline for this show? If you're- Pro Wrestling Forever. If you're not used to them, it can be a little bit overwhelming.
Yes,
Get a
yes.
USB mic like a Yeti and some decent headphones. Message me. Okay.
Yep.
Because I've been ignoring Blade. He's been giving me advice on what things to do.
Yeah,
and
I
don't
gave you all
listen
kinds
to
of
him.
advice.
I don't listen to you, fucker.
I know. I know. I know. You
I
just
know,
found the
but I
fucking
will
mute
listen to
button
him. He's
today.
a nice guy. No, yeah,
That's my simp.
got it. I know. I'm
Antoine says
slowly
maybe the
turning him
episode was
against you.
good, and we should take it as a compliment.
And then he calls us
Ah.
jackasses.
That's yeah. Given the director's passing,
Ooh.
maybe Beyond the Mat would be next, like retrospective cast. Yeah,
I haven't
Barry
watched it.
Blaustein.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched that since the last time I watched The Wrestler, honestly. So it's probably been 2 decades. Easily.
For me, it's probably the early 2000s. I probably
Yeah.
watched it like 4 or 5 times, but like,
Oh yeah, me too. When it came out, we watched it constantly. And then I haven't watched it since. So
that's a great suggestion, Blurry Line. We should consider watching Beyond the Mat soon, because
because that guy passed away.
Barry Blaustein
Rest in
died.
peace.
Rest in power,
I don't know.
friend.
I don't know him.
Friend.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I'm just
Well, I
like
mean, maybe
friend.
I don't want him to rest in power. I don't know him.
Wait.
I don't know him. I'm just saying peace because I'm hedging my bets. What if he was horrible and I don't know?
Well, if stuff comes out later, I'll retract it.
Exactly. Well, that's fine.
I'll
Nobody will care, though.
retroactively retract
Nobody will
it.
care. It won't matter.
I'll make another
Only
video
the offense that ever matters.
retracting my previous statement.
I'll hold you to that, too.
Do it. Barry Blaustein, I don't
know.
Don't make me a loser on this one, man. Don't do it.
I assume he's cool, dude, because he did a wrestling documentary, so he's at least got to be cool.
Yeah,
Antoine will care because Antoine does care.
Yes, and my favorite part from Beyond the Mat is both the guy that Terry Funk was friends with, asking him, kind of like making Terry feel bad that he's not on the show. Terry talks about that in his biography.
Really?
Yeah.
And then just refusing. No, I don't want to be on the show.
Dennis Stamp. He's like, no, if you didn't think of me, I don't want to be on it. They actually broke in together. Like he was trained by Terry's dad. So
okay.
They were actually friends. Like
cool.
It wasn't just some guy taking advantage of Terry.
Right.
His feelings.
I didn't think he was. Yeah.
Legitimately hurt. But the other favorite part is when people are lying to New Jack and telling him he could be a big star.
Maybe not Denzel, but Denzel's friend.
Yeah.
That part. Jesus fucking Christ, lady. God.
The humanizing of New
favorite...
Jack. This was before he threw Vic Grimes on his head off a scaffold.
When Foley's getting stitched up and he's talking to his wife and he's like, I think it was pretty good. I think we touched some people. I'm going to be touching you later tonight. He's like, sir, you are getting staples in your head. Fucking awesome.
It was pretty great. It's pretty great.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I haven't seen it in so long.
You guys should say you're going to watch another wrestling movie, then just keep doing The Wrestler with Vern Gagne each time. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I could watch it again.
There will never be a harder wrestler than New Jack, ever, period.
Yeah, not until somebody tries to literally kill someone in a ring.
Yeah, until a murder is attempted in the ring. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Blurry Line 7, Mick always had like stealth horn dog. Oh, big time.
Dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Mick Foley.
And his wife, Colette.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that the reason there was like a story in WCW with Cactus Jack and he had like some wife. Do you remember this? And she was like this old dowdy lady or whatever. And it's like, I guess, well, it says in his book, he talks about it, how he's like, well, we could use my real wife. And they were like, no one's ever going to believe that woman is married to you.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Mick. Well, not poor Mick, I guess. But...
Yeah, no, Mick turned out just fine. Blurry Line says, as opposed to open horn dog like JR. Yeah. Or a straight up predatory menace like Lawler. Yeah, Lawler.
I read that as statutory menace.
Yeah. Well, that's
same thing.
Maybe the better word. All right, I think we can start.
Oh, okay. Sorry, hold on. Let me clear my throat. My mute button. Okay. Are we ready? Okay. I'm gonna go. Welcome back, wrestling fans, to another exciting episode of Pro Wrestling Forever. I'm your host, the Toast of the Third Coast, Professor Degree. With me, as always, I Blade Daily. It's not a pseudonym. He's actually Bret Hart's little boy, all grown up. How you doing, Blade?
That's right. I'm Bret Hart's son, Blade.
Mm-hmm. All grown up.
Yep. All grown up now. Papa Bret. He didn't recognize me when I paid to go to that meet and greet.
No. He made his own son. That does sound like something a wrestler would do.
Yeah.
I mean, you can come, but you have to pay. So today's episode, this is the part where Blade is supposed to tell you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. We're a great show, and make sure you do that. We say clever things like ring the bell, smash that like button. Now that that's out
Click,
of the way,
click the
good.
ding-a-ling. Yeah.
Click the ding-a-ling.
Yeah.
Today's
Yeah.
episode is titled Battle Royals, Briefcases, Tournaments, and Title Shots. The road to gold is paved with good intentions, but does professional wrestling book itself into a corner? Today we are here to discuss things like the Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, All In, Casino Gauntlet, things like that.
G1.
Matches, the G1, matches that take place at a certain time of year that get you a title shot at another time of year. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a little bit of both, but it's very easy to fall into bad. So, okay, I
Yeah.
guess we can get going. That's all. That's my whole intro.
No, that was good. That was good. I mean, it
Thanks.
was really well put together, well constructed.
Thank
I
you.
give
I
it a
thought of it
solid B.
yesterday.
I'm
Solid
like
B?
B. I think we're in solid B minus territory.
Yeah, if I could stop like stumbling over my own words, that might be
Yeah.
better. I am only
Yeah.
the host. Don't worry
It
about
just
it.
yeah, it just feels like kicking you when you're down.
Mhm.
No. Yeah, Blurry Line 7 says if only Ring the Bell had some form of connotation related to wrestling. Yeah.
Can't imagine.
Yeah. So, you know, I think in reviewing this, the whole like if you this, then you get a title shot has
Mhm.
always been kind of a thing. You know, non-title matches have always been a thing. You know, winners
If you
of
can beat the
battle
champ or last 5 minutes with the champ.
right. Battle royals as well. Like if you won a big battle royal, maybe you got a title shot.
Mhm.
When they came back to the territory or whatever. But I think, you know, this whole like you get a shot at the biggest event of the year thing is yeah, it's a little different. Antoine's asking, are we talking about tournaments too? Yes, we are. Yes,
Yeah, I think I'm looking at it like you're saying when it's wrestling is like a television show, of course. It doesn't have seasons, but it kind of has seasons, and WrestleMania or All In are kind of the big wrap-ups,
Mm-hmm.
especially WrestleMania. And yeah, it's kind of that idea of are you kind of just painting yourself into a corner by always having to,
Mm-hmm.
you could have an enemy and that arch enemy, that rivalry takes you to the title and it takes you to the match, but you also have to win the Royal Rumble too.
Yeah.
And so it's like that kind of is like a stumbling block. But anyway, let's rewind a little bit, or do we want to take anything from the
Go ahead.
callers? Okay.
Go ahead.
So the Royal Rumble starts in 1988. First one is January 24th on the USA Network. Do you know who the winner was?
It was Jim Duggan.
Absolutely right. He came in at number 13. The next year is when it becomes a pay-per-view, and it's like one of the big four. I don't know what order. WrestleMania is first. Is the Rumble the next one that they introduce? Or is it SummerSlam? I don't know what order they introduce the pay-per-views. It doesn't really matter. In 1989...
It goes WrestleMania, Survivor Series,
Survivor Series,
SummerSlam, Royal Rumble.
and then the Rumble's last. Okay. January 15th, Houston, Texas. Do you know who won the second Royal Rumble?
Big John Studd.
Fuck yeah, the man with the second coolest name in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Then we get into 1991. I'm just kind of going over these just for the sake of argument. 90 and 91, 2 years in a row, Hulk Hogan wins them back to back, which makes sense because Hulk Hogan was the ace of the WWF.
He was also the
I gotta
champion
take a
at the
drink.
time.
Hold on.
Yeah. So
Horrible.
and really like the point of the Rumble in the beginning was just to win it and
Right.
like call yourself the winner, you know? So like
Mhm.
Hogan was the champion when he won it. And that was like, you know, there's a lot of people who say Mr. Perfect was supposed to win that one, and then Hogan kind of maneuvered his way into winning it.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it does make sense that the guy who is the champ is also going to come out on top and be the best. I
Yeah.
mean, whatever.
Right.
I prefer it when it's dudes like Big John Studd. I think something like the Royal Rumble is cooler when you can use it to elevate someone, or it
Mhm.
could be. Anyway, then we get to where it
91.
matters. Well, 91, yeah, Hogan won it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
1992, Ric Flair enters the Royal Rumble at number 3. This is a unique Royal Rumble because this year the World Wrestling Federation Championship has been vacated, and the winner of the Royal Rumble gets to go home with the belt. Of course, it's Ric Flair. proving himself to be the 60-minute man, proving himself to be the best. He never really lost the NWA title, so it was kind of like a weird unification, but not really. We're not going to say that. And then everything changes.
Yeah.
Any
So
comments on that one?
basically, what had happened is that Survivor Series, Flair had helped The Undertaker pin Hulk Hogan.
Right.
And immediately after Survivor Series, they announced, we're going to do another pay-per-view on Tuesday. And it was this Tuesday in Texas.
Right.
And Hogan becomes the first guy to pin The Undertaker in the WWF by throwing ashes from the urn in his eyes and rolling him up and pinning him.
Yeah.
And
that was a dead person.
Yeah, that was a dead person that he
because
threw in
that's
his
what
eyes.
you keep in an urn are ashes
Yeah.
of a dead person. So that's
Yeah.
probably the Undertaker's parents.
Yeah. Or
yeah,
exactly. And then so he
long-term
throws that
storytelling.
He throws that in his eye. He rolls him up, pins him. Jack Tunney goes, "That's bullshit." No. So he
Right.
strips Hulk Hogan of the title and declares that for the first time ever, Royal Rumble winner will become the WWF champion.
Right.
Which, obviously had never been done before.
And it was cool as hell.
It adds all these stakes. To this day, Benny the Bear in the chat, what's up, Benny, says, "Hey, all, with a tear in my eye is an all-time promo. This is the greatest Royal Rumble, in my opinion. It's my favorite one because of several factors. Ric Flair's performance is incredible. The promo that was mentioned.
And that promo is totally a shot at any motherfucker. What's his name? Tom Green just did a video on this.
Yeah.
And basically, framed it that way, that it's like, it's a shot at all the people that said he was too old, said he needed to be a gladiator, all that shit. As a kid, I didn't know that. As a kid, I was just like, holy shit, nobody's done this since the last Nature Boy. Because I'm a weird nerd kid and I knew that.
And I think even at that time, I kind of figured out that like the chances of Vince making Ric Flair the world champion were very small. And
it seemed that way.
Because Rick was just diametrically different than all the other guys he had ever pushed before. And so the other thing that makes this Royal Rumble the best, in my opinion, is Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon.
Oh, yeah,
like,
dude.
The commentary, Heenan is having a fucking heart attack the entire fucking time. He coins the phrase, "It's not fair to Flair."
Yep, I was just going to say that.
It's so great. And it's Bobby Heenan's greatest moment as a commentator, in my opinion.
It's phenomenal because because how long was Flair around before the Royal Rumble happens?
I think
not a full year, was it?
September. It was just September to the Rumble. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that entire time he's been building this storyline, he's been building this whole, my good friend Ric Flair, he's the real world champion, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then when he finally fucking wins it, that's awesome.
Larry Line, correction. The greatest Royal Rumble was in 2018, Blade. They even called it such. It had a green belt and a fake Yokozuna. I do remember. How could I have forgotten? How could I have forgotten?
And Braun Strowman is still the champion of that belt, right?
Yeah, he is the reigning and defending greatest Royal Rumble champion. Yeah.
I hope he's defending it on the Indies right now.
Knowing Vince, he probably bought someone's cremated remains just for that spot. He probably did.
He had someone. He actually had some. He's like, well, I already got this body in the trunk. We're gonna kill him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, pal, I already got a.
And the fact that like when Hogan gets tossed and then he grabs Sid and he starts pulling on Sid and everybody fucking boos Hogan. Like that was a great thing. So anyway, back on track. Skipping ahead to 1993, this is the first year that it's for a title shot. And I totally forgot about this. Yokozuna won that year.
He was the winner.
Makes perfect sense because who the fuck can beat Yokozuna?
Well, it was so great because it was so stupid. This is where like pro wrestling being just idiocy is like awesome. Savage hits him with the fucking elbow from the top and tries to pin him. And then Yoko kicks out and Savage, tries to portray that he's been pushed over the top rope from a kick out, but he actually does get to his feet and jumps over the top rope.
That's awesome. Well, it was like a rebound. Like it was like he landed on a trampoline or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It was real bad. And So yeah, so that was the
So
first year that they did the title shot.
and this is and what the fuck happened that year? Yokozuna got the title shot, he beat Bret Hart, and then Hogan comes strutting out and says, "No, that's my belt." So already from year one, they fucked up the premise.
Well, hold on,
know?
brother. Hold on, brother. I don't think it's Vince that fucked up. If Yoko had kept his mouth shut and not made it a world title match on the spot, okay?
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. And you know what? That maybe we should blame Fuji for that because Fuji was his manager and financial
Fuji
advisor.
went into business for himself.
Exactly.
And,
Fuji should have reined him
offers.
back in and said, "No, we're not going to do that, Yoko."
Yeah. Throwing out title shots just like it's nothing. You know.
Plus,
Yoko was
honestly,
gassed.
That title shot, well, that kind of almost makes Hulk Hogan like a Money in the Bank winner. Anyway, so yeah, the idea that it's for a title shot is interesting. But the execution, I mean, if you either have him lose or you have him win and he gets the belt.
Well, let's examine a few key factors here. How many world titles were there at the time?
Well, I mean, outside of WWF, there were others, but within that company.
Within the fucking company, smart guy.
Probably none, because it was probably just called the WWF title at that time.
It was. Shut up. There was the WWF title.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only world title in the WWF. So you knew who the title shot was going to be against.
Mm-hmm.
You knew who,
because the title was
only
also
changed. There wasn't monthly pay-per-views yet either.
Yeah,
it wasn't monthly pay-per-views yet.
Yeah, so, at that point, there's still just the big four, correct?
Right.
Because King of the Ring doesn't even exist at this point.
Yeah, King of the Ring doesn't exist yet. I think it started that year.
Right. There's no In Your... Oh, wow. Yeah, I think you're right.
And then In Your House starts like a year later. And then you also, if you're in the world title match, you're in the main event of WrestleMania.
Correct.
So, flash forward 33 years later to today. We've been doing this Royal Rumble thing for 33 years. Mm-hmm. And who are the main people on the creative team? The same people.
AI.
AI is the new kid on the team. Yeah. And I guess Hunter would be newer than some of the other guys.
Sure.
But they are a lot of the same people are there. Bruce Pritchard's still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So you've got the same people booking this shit that have been booking it for 33 years. And I think what's happened is that WWE long ago kind of gave up on presenting their titles as prestigious. It's just not something they do that much. Every once in a while, you'll get like a reset reign that tries to reset the view of the title. Like they did it with Punk when he was champ for a year, which was very uncommon at the time. They did it with
Punk because
they tried, but they never let him main event anything.
Well, exactly. Yeah. It's like, here, you're the champ. You can have the champ for a year and a half, but you'll never main event a single fucking pay-per-view. John Cena was still the champ in all but name. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was in the main events. And then they had the introduction of the world title, which now you've got the WWF title and the world title. And now you've got like which champion are you going to face?
Right.
And now you're not necessarily in the main event anymore because it's been very common for the winner to either be in the first match on the show,
right,
or to be not in the main event, like in the semi-main,
right,
like Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ
because
Styles
you've got two different world titles,
right?
The prestige of going for a title shot doesn't really mean a whole heck of a lot. Not what it used to anyway.
No.
So I've still got some, if you want to keep going, we can go through, or we can just kind of like start shooting the shit. 1994 though is the year that Bret Hart and Lex Luger both fell out at the exact same time.
Winners, baby.
That's fucking cool. That's every like anything in professional wrestling. I'm going to shit. If I don't like it, I'm going to shit all over it. And then I'm going to say, well, wait, there's one or two exceptions, and vice versa. That's definitely exception for me. I loved the idea, the timing. Anytime two people escape either a battle royal or a cage at the same time and their feet hit the ground at the same time, it's always cool to me. That's just me. What do we got here?
Well, I think Blurry Line makes a good point here. So
Mhm.
even when he says, even when I'm at my biggest despising of WWE, I always try to watch the Rumble. This year was the first year I didn't even bother. Those Rumbles
Yeah.
absolutely suck. The entrance music is genuinely so bad. I think, so this is just when there's a lot of things going against the Royal Rumble these days. And I would say part of it is there's two of them on one show. That I think they would be far better off making a hard decision and going, you know what? Let's do it for the women this year. And
Right.
all the other matches can be men's matches, or whatever.
Right.
All the additional matches. And do a women's Royal Rumble. One that you could put all of your energy into making one of those matches really good instead of trying to do two. Because the last several Royal Rumbles that I watched, the last really good one that I saw was one of the last ones I saw, to be fair. It was when Nakamura and Asuka both won. And I thought those were both good Royal Rumbles. But, I've seen year after year, they're saying, didn't live up to the hype. I don't think it's lived up to the hype for a really long time.
I don't think so. No, I was in the same boat though. Like for years, didn't watch any WWE all year round. Always watch the Rumble. And yeah, now I don't care anymore. But I was in the same boat for a long time. Yeah, and I think the same thing. You just on the even numbered years, it's the guys' Rumble. On the odd numbered years, it's the women's Rumble. And you just do the Rumble for the other people the next night on Raw. You know what I mean? Like you just have a really special Raw the next night. What do you got here?
Looking at
As far as
Antoine
the
says, no, dude, you just backed everything into a corner badly. That gives a lot of people their only chance of being on TV pay-per-view all year long. What do you do when it's years in a row for one gender? Well, I don't think you do years in a row
wouldn't
for
be,
one
yeah.
gender.
You just have to flip-flop every year.
Yeah, like Blurry
Yeah.
Line, or even do one Rumble in January and one in July. I think the original intent of the Royal Rumble was great. It was an annual event where this this brand new battle royal concept
Right.
was being presented. It was different than everything else. And now you have two of these in one event. And
Right.
again, I think because the winner has to go face the world champion at WrestleMania, there's how many people can realistically win it?
Yes. You've just narrowed your window to a whole lot smaller than it used to be. You're not going to get Jim Duggan or Big John Studd winning it. It's always going to be one of your top four guys.
Right.
Unless there's some crazy random winner,
Most years I would say there's and Antoine, this is what I'd say back is they back it into a corner because you can have all the people from the roster on the show, but if they're only in the Royal Rumble for 1 or 2 minutes and then they get thrown out because they're never on the show, what does it matter? Well, I mean, that's they don't get paid anymore to be on that show or not.
And when a bunch of them, I mean, a lot of people, it's true, a lot of people would not have that shot to get on the pay-per-view. But you know what? When Tatanka comes back, Nikolai Volkov comes back, Dr. Death, Steve Williams, whoever, that's pushing guys off the card too, And
right.
That kind of feels like that's how the Royal Rumble is a lot of the times. It's just let's trot out our old gimmicks, it's a little nostalgia thing. And that's kind of pointless. My opinion.
Well,
and
I mean,
go ahead.
Everything we're saying is our opinion,
Exactly. I just like to add it I like to add that at the end. IMOH or whatever.
Like how everybody has to say LOL at the end of the sentence that they actually mean, but they just don't want it to be too gruff or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
I just think that thing. Sorry.
At the end of the day, the WrestleMania part of it does hamstring you because at the end of the day, if you only have a main event consisting of 3 or 4 people who can realistically win the title, then there's only 3 or 4 people out of 30 that can realistically win your Royal Rumble.
Right. And I mean, I'm not saying you can't get a title shot by winning the Royal Rumble, but I do like the idea of these events, even with the Owen currently in AEW. It's why isn't the event just the event? Why isn't that the prize? Taking home that prize is the prize rather than saying, well, you get a world title shot. And then on top of it, you have to hamstring all your stories have to now focus around that. And Not saying you can't tell a great story because there's been plenty that have been told, but
Mhm.
why not just open it up and give a little more room? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that there's like I think that there's like a chance to do this differently. I'm not sure what exactly they'd have to do. Whether I think the title thing for winning the Rumble needs to change ultimately,
Sure.
because I believe that they have done this for too long. And so if it's going to be for a title shot at WrestleMania and WWE's main event scene is like 3 or 4 people deep that
Hmm.
realistically could carry that. You know, Jay
The
Uso won the Royal Rumble last year and ended up in wrestling Gunther in like the first match
Mhm.
of the show,
And
you know.
and if that would have been Jey Uso's moment where now he starts to get this huge singles push and like his, it reinvents his whole career. Fuck it,
Mhm.
cool. That's cool. Okay, like that's where it works. And you've been successful, but where's Jey Uso now? I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's not the world champion, right? Like
Mhm.
he's not main eventing anything, correct? I don't
No,
watch
I
the
mean he
show.
was
I'm literally
summarily pretty
asking you.
much
Yeah.
rejected from
Yeah,
being a single star.
exactly.
They
So what
over
was
pushed him. Yeah.
yeah, so you blew it.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
not saying it can't be done. I just haven't really seen it being done.
Yeah.
Um,
And we got some people in the chat weighing in
yeah.
here. So Antoine says, but that's not a fault along the lines of gender. That's on the fault of booking for each one.
Hmm.
I mean, again, though, like if they continue to do blood and guts and they do 2 in one night every year,
Yeah.
you're eventually going to have one that is weak by comparison to the other, you know?
Right.
And I think that that's not, it's not, I just think having 2 specialty matches, it's like having 2 Hell in the Cells or 2 anything
Yeah.
in the
TNA
same
used to do
night.
that.
You're right. TNA, you had an entire pay per view that was all cage matches. Like,
Yeah. Like, so there's no point in having a cage match. A cage match is
right,
supposed to be the big match.
right,
Um,
right. And so it just, they gradually reduce the specialness of each version of that thing. But then you add 33 years of doing the same thing for years and years and
yeah.
years, and
Well,
it really does lose a lot.
and then it's also like, I mean, and we're getting off on a tangent here, but when it comes to like themed pay-per-views, Hell in a Cell, whatever, what did TNA call it? Caged Heat or something like that. It's like
Wasn't it Lockdown?
probably Caged Heat might be something different entirely. That might have been a different TNA pay-per-view. Um, but it's like, oh, you're my worst enemy. I hate you more than anything. And since it's November, we're gonna fight in a steel cage. It's like that doesn't really make any fucking sense. You know what I mean? Like we have to fit our feud into the parameters of this already existing thing. Nah, I don't like that. I think you're handcuffing yourself. Anyway.
Yeah, one thing I think AEW really does do well, and I hope they keep it this way, is from January to March, there is no pay per view.
Yeah.
And that lets you build up to that first pay per view of the year. It lets you really set a ball in
It lets you,
motion.
yeah.
Because Blurryline points out Rumble's in January. The idea of there being a pay per view between the Rumble and Mania was always nonsensical too, especially when the world title gets defended. Because yeah, you win the Royal Rumble as a fan. Let's say you bought that event. Just this ESPN thing's pretty new, so like you bought that event. You see the winner. You think I know the matchup for WrestleMania now. Well, no, you don't, because actually the champion's going to defend. And then they had
Right.
years where you had to defend your right to challenge for the title,
Right.
at Fastlane or at whatever pay-per-view was in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think they do these things obviously with good intentions, I think, to try and like
Yeah.
do something different, present something different.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately they've done all that I think they
Yeah,
can
I
do.
think after 33 years, we've exhausted it, and maybe it's time to. Here's an idea. How about if you win the Royal Rumble, you get to be entered into a three-way dance with the other two champs to unify the belts? I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
this is armchair booking shit, but it's like, yeah, it needs a shot in the arm if they're gonna keep doing it the way they're doing it. In my
Yeah.
opinion. In the
Yeah, let's
opinion of someone who doesn't watch WWE, that's what they need to do to make their
Yes,
show
but
better.
in the opinion of people who watch WWE for decades, I mean,
Mhm.
it's not like
Well,
we don't know what we're talking about
if
here.
you would
So,
like to know why I don't watch it, that's one of the reasons.
excuse Skewered Universe says, I know it's similar, but you could build up different stars this way, giving someone a chance to jump the line and challenge for the title whenever they want, not just at WrestleMania, kind of like the Money in the Bank
Which
thing.
is, yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Like the guy who just beat 29 others has to wait while someone who did nothing gets the same title shot and they get it earlier. That being in February at whatever it is, Fastlane,
Right.
Way Out, whatever. Right. There's a lot of logic gaps there. Nuclear Wessels X, the Elimination Chamber following the next month weakens the Rumble's importance even more.
Yes.
Skewered Universe, Elimination Chamber should only be done when a title is vacated, then you have qualifying matches to get in.
That's kind of cool.
Bear. Also, as we've seen recently, the world title isn't always the main event or the most hyped. That is correct.
Also true.
Hey, Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow fucking main event at a WrestleMania, okay?
Which is, earlier today I mentioned the second coolest wrestling name being Big John Studd. Bam Bam Bigelow is the best fucking name in professional wrestling, hands down. That's not even my opinion. That's fucking scientific fact. Yeah.
Bleary Line says, also they have a men's and women's Rumble, which debates who gets the main event of Mania, which is kind of fixed by having 2 nights of Mania.
Yeah.
And yet...
But do they even do that?
No.
Has the women's world title ever main evented either night of WrestleMania?
Yeah, I mean, you had Becky Lynch and Charlotte and Ronda main evented, and that was great. And then you had Sasha and Bianca Belair.
Oh, so they've done it a few times then.
One night of WrestleMania. Yeah.
That's cool then. Okay.
But then yet men usually main event both nights.
That's what I thought. That's what I would have assumed. Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's only been 2 women's main events total. And then Benny the Bear or like Elimination Chamber, then never switched the belt there. Right.
Elimination Chamber's a weird fucking match for the title too. But
it is a weird match.
A whole nother like devaluation of championships that we'll get to either on this show or another show.
And then there's one other thing about the Royal Rumble winner getting the shot is if they lose, which they have to sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't have them, you can't just like make it an automatic win,
yeah.
Right? But if they lose, it also kind of devalues the Royal Rumble. You know, it's like, here's somebody to be excited about. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
There was 3 months of build, never mind. And, I mean, I think WWE's style is not to stick with stories for very long. So like, True. You lose at Mania, they move on from you.
Right.
Start over, kind of.
It's not so much the payoff. It's more about the moment, the flashy moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would be how the Royal Rumble kind of paints things into a corner, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I think that, like, I don't know that there's a way to keep the existing structure of it and not do that.
No.
So, yeah.
I think, I mean, this is just me, but I would get a fucking trophy that's about 6 or maybe 6.5 feet tall, and that's what you get at the Royal Rumble. You'll get a title shot at some point, but you will get this trophy, which you're probably going to smash over someone's head.
Yeah,
be realistic,
like the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do they still do that?
Yeah, they do it on SmackDown now. They don't do it on the pre-show. Antoine
good
says,
to know that Andre's so important.
Yeah. Prime example of that was Asuka, according Antoine says. I agree. Nakamura would be the other one. Letting him wrestle AJ Styles and not allowing them to do anything.
Nakamura, it's heartbreaking.
Nakamura and Asuka both won, and they didn't pull the trigger, fucking up so bad. Yeah. And ending Asuka's undefeated streak in the second match on WrestleMania by submission.
Oh,
real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. That was basically the end for me. I was like, I am no longer emotionally invested in this product. Like, thank God AEW came around.
Terrible.
And then we'll move on to the next one after this. I feel like it's a huge missed opportunity too, because you can have a younger or lesser used talent win, then have like 3 whole months to legitimize them as a challenger.
You could leading do that up to too, Mania. Yeah.
There you go. See, that's the thing, and they don't ever do it. Is they want the huge pop for the big star, right? Who won? But it's like, no, you have 3 months. Like, show that
you can build that
challenge. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, like, and then it's also like a matter of, and this is just me. This is total me as a fan. This is probably a terrible idea business wise, but like, you take any of your big stars, John Cena, 17 world title reigns, 42 tag belts. He's won the Royal Rumble 3 times. I'm making these numbers up. Roman Reigns, 8 title reigns. He's won the Royal Rumble 3 times. I think it's really fucking cool when you get a dude like, I'll use Big John Studd again, or Jim Duggan, never held a fucking belt, never did this, never did that, never main evented at WrestleMania, but that dude's got a Royal Rumble under his belt. That's
Right.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
those are things that I, as a fan, am drawn to. And I think it takes a guy like Jim Duggan, who's not someone I'm a fan of, and it gives him longevity, even if he never goes for the belt, never wins anything else. It's like he can always hang his hat on that. And
Mhm.
even back in those days, that kind of shit lasted longer. It's not like today where you forget about it in a couple weeks, you know?
Right.
So,
Like Kevin Knight winning the TNT title in a casino gauntlet match like a few months ago. And
right.
if sometimes when
Well,
I think about it, I'm like, how did he win it again? Who
how
did he
did
get it
he
from?
get that
Yeah,
belt?
yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle
Yeah.
Fletcher got hurt is how.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, so that's the Rumble. So, that's the big one.
Mhm.
I think that's been around the longest. But let's move it to the Owen Hart tournament real quick. So,
Okay.
obviously I'm a way bigger fan of AEW than anything right now, but the Owen Hart tournament does feel fresher than the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the same issues still apply.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do feel AEW has a broader main event scene on both sides, women and men, than WWE does. Like, it's not just three people who could win. I
Right.
will say this year's men's, because All In is happening in England and
Yeah.
everybody thinks Will Ospreay is going to be
Right.
wrestling for the title, it feels kind of obvious,
Mhm.
like to me, it looks like a pretty certain thing that tournament is
Yeah.
coming down to Will Ospreay and Swerve.
Yeah.
And
in this instance, okay, so I same thing. Like I wish the Owen was not for the shot at All In. However, in this instance, coming back from the injury, getting trained by the Death Riders, working out the neck, having to go through a tournament makes sense. It's like a video game where you have to level up and you keep fighting a harder guy and a higher guy every level. In the future, it might not work out that easily. It just everything falls into place really well. That even if it is predictable, this year is cool for me. It's golden.
well, and I think this is the third year where
Mhm.
the winner has gotten the shot at All In. And so get back
Well,
to me in 5 years. You know what I mean? 'Cause
exactly. Yeah.
Danielson winning was the first one,
Right.
and he faced Swerve.
Yep. And
And
Mariah
then
won that year in the
and
women's
Mariah
division,
won that year and faced Tony.
which, yeah.
That was great. And
Hmm.
then you had, and it made the Owen feel significant. Like there was a
Yeah.
reason.
Mhm.
Um,
And it
then
was
you
cool
had,
last year too, but it already planted that seed in my head, like you said, 5 years from now.
Mhm.
But yeah, last year you have Mercedes and Hangman,
yeah, Mercedes and
which is
Hangman, and they, and in that match with Osprey and Hangman, I went into it thinking Osprey was going to win.
so did I. Yeah.
So it was pretty shocking,
And with Mercedes, I don't was she was in the midst of all her belt collecting at that point, right? And so she's winning all the fucking belts. And again, that's where you can use a tournament to level her up, level her up, level her up. But again, those concepts are going to wear thin in a few years. And is it going to be as interesting? And like, yeah, are we kind of handcuffing All In, which is their, I mean, All In at this point is their WrestleMania,
yeah,
correct?
oh, big time.
I mean, I think it's a little different in the sense that WrestleMania to me feels like it's the end of a season, whereas All In feels like it's like a big group hug. It's a little bit different. It's kind of a celebration of AEW. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, it's their WrestleMania.
Yeah, Blurry Line says Britt and Cole were the first winners. I'm not sure they got title shots though. They did not.
No.
And then Willow won it the next year, and she did not get a title shot.
And Ricky Starks.
And Ricky Starks won it.
And where is he now?
Well, he gets a WWE title shot for winning that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he got to leave and go to the other company.
But so on the other side of the coin, though, with this
Yeah.
awesome women's tournament that they announced, I mean, there's like two people that I think are like maybe obvious possible
I have no
winners.
fucking clue who's gonna win it.
I think Athena is probably the surest
I'd
bet.
like for Athena to win it.
I would love it to be.
That would be
Athena.
my pick. Yeah.
But Willow's in there, and then you've got these wild card people like Suri, and
it's at if it's
Hazuki.
wrapping up at Forbidden
Forbidden
Door,
Door.
it stands
Yeah.
to reason their chances just got a little bit higher.
Right. So if you get them on TV regularly, there's
Mhm.
time to build them up for something like that. So
Sure.
that felt fresh and exciting to me, you know,
Mhm.
and I think, you know, I think they're so far they've gone about it the right way. Yes, 5 years from now, 10 years from
Yeah.
now, when they've had to do it every single year and make it interesting year after year after year, I think they'll have the same problems. Hopefully
I think
they'll
so
mix
too.
it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully they'll mix it up.
I mean, you do always have the benefit. I think a tournament kind of lends itself to this kind of a storyline more than a battle royal does, because it's a series. You know what I mean? So it automatically is a little bit better just because of that. So yeah, that's kind of. I mean, the Owen. Yeah, I mean, the Owen does seem predictable on the men's side, but what if it fucking isn't? You know? I
Well,
mean,
and that's the thing is maybe Tony Khan made it look predictable on purpose.
and maybe he's got a secret.
Because
Yeah,
he's a
maybe he's got something
fucking
up his.
psycho who fucking has been playing 4D chess for a solid year and a half now, where it's like you really don't see where things are going, or you think you know, and you do
Right,
not
and then
know.
you're never right. And then sometimes you are right, but the path they take to get there like
Right.
veers off and you have to like take a bus for a little while and then get on a train and then like a rickshaw and then you're back on the story again. But so anyway, that's the story with All In. Let's see what people have to say.
Yeah. So Skewer
Yeah.
Universe said Britton Cole didn't get a title shot. It was more of a prestigious trophy, which is still perfectly fine.
That's what I prefer in general.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're
Like
definitely a for the love of the game kind of guy on these things. On
me,
tournaments,
big time.
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I am big time. Like even like I'm not saying you can't get a title shot, but I just like the idea that you get $300,000 and you get a fucking trophy that you're probably going to get cracked over your skull. I don't care how predictable that is. I will love it. I'll love it every year. You know what I mean? It's like when you bring out a birthday cake. You know somebody's getting hit with that cake. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Love of the game.
Benny the Bear, the only Jushin Liger appearance with Ricky, not including the guy from Chicago. Yeah, remember when Ricky just blew past Liger? Like, they flew in Jushin Liger from Japan to present Ricky with the trophy. And he just grabbed the trophy and ran right past him, didn't even shake his hand or anything. I was like, you flew in Liger for this.
For that, yeah.
Like,
oh, that's great. That's great. Fucking Liger.
And then you've got the one that I think should be retired, at least for the foreseeable.
Oh, yeah.
Money in the Bank.
Uh-huh.
A very novel.
I don't like Money in the Bank.
I don't like Money in the Bank at all. It's a very novel concept. It was an interesting idea for a little while. And when they first introduced it, the idea was you can use this at any time. However, nobody was consciously like they're going to use it at the end of a match after a guy's already wrestled.
So when Edge did that, that was insane.
Yeah, and Edge is your first winner, and he cashes in on Cena after a match where Cena's been bloodied and beaten up. Edge wins his first world title.
Right.
You know,
the
that
ultimate
way,
opportunist.
And he gets the name, the Ultimate Opportunist, from this moment, right? It's a great cash-in. There's some other really good cash-ins. The Seth Rollins cash-in on Reigns and Lesnar was really good.
I won a bunch of money on that one, actually. We were betting on WrestleMania, and because it was just Reigns and Lesnar, and everybody's like, well, I got Reigns, I got Lesnar, and I'm like, I got Seth Rollins, and I actually won like $7. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
you're like, I won a bunch of money. I bought myself a double
is a bunch of
cheeseburger.
money.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing where, like, with Edge winning that the first time, oh my God, that's mind blowing. That is a really cool story twist. It's a really cool idea. Now you've already tainted this thing right from jump, because now that we know you can cash in at any time, that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And then, like, for the longest time, it was like bad guys would always be winning it, and I don't know, when I'm watching a scary movie and everything's dark and it starts going, and you know something's gonna jump out at you, right? I mean, and that's kind of what it feels like. You're just, well, you know it's gonna happen. It's not really scary now. You know, it's not surprising that, of course, they're gonna not cheat, but effectively use the rules to win.
Right.
And if you want to talk about devaluing titles, holy fucking shit.
Well, yeah. So, like, Big E is retired now, but his one and only world title was achieved after he attacked somebody who had just wrestled.
Right.
This gigantic man
Right. Who
beat a guy who had just wrestled and took the title in 25 seconds.
right. And like
what is
conversely, rewind a few years.
Uh-huh.
CM Punk did that. CM Punk was a face, and Jeff
He did it
Hardy
to
was
Jeff Hardy.
right. And then that effectively turned Punk heel. That's a great way to turn somebody heel. Okay, that's cool. Like only an underhanded piece of shit would do that.
Right.
But Big E didn't turn heel. He was
No,
a
Big E
happy
was
smile.
babyface.
It's like, why would that wonderful, wonderful man do that? You know,
Right.
he's like the happiest man on the planet, and that's
Yeah.
how he achieves his world title reign. That doesn't strike me as Big E. Like that's
And you
not
can't-
consistent with his character.
No,
you know?
and you can't have like heels win exclusively because then that's the giveaway. It's like,
Exactly.
the heels are usually the people who win the coin toss for war games,
Well,
like
Yeah, exactly.
because they have to have the unfair
Exactly.
advantage,
And
But like,
it's
so you're hamstrung no matter what you do.
Mhm.
But then you've got a ton of title changes that are like from a guy who just won the title,
right.
for a guy, so they held the title for 2 minutes.
hmm
Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam 2013,
Right.
when Randy cashes in after Hunter hits him with the pedigree. It was a great turn,
Sure.
but at the same time, super dissatisfying because everybody loved Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
He had just beaten John Cena clean.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't even really have a plan for him.
Yeah.
It was like,
That's it's all about the shock value, and that's another episode of this show. And they do that with Alberto Del Rio, like cashing in on Punk after Punk beat Cena.
Yep.
So it's like basically when somebody beats Cena clean and looks good, you have to immediately take the spotlight off of that, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And Del Rio, God, fuck that guy.
And I think Blurry Line makes a great point. The only babyface cash-ins that worked were RVD being honorable and announcing his cash-in all ahead of time, especially because it was going to be at an ECW event,
Mm-hmm.
And Mox cashing in on Seth because obviously Seth had it coming after cashing in himself before and having fucked over the Shield so much.
Yeah, a little comeuppance is just fine.
Shock value or
yeah, maybe. So yeah, Money in the Bank just it's like really interesting concept at first, but it wore thin. I mean, do you remember when Christian had the casino whatever he won? We'll get to that later. And I just remember like collectively AEW fans' buttholes just tightened up because it was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Like none of this Money in the Bank shit. And he did kind of, and then he lost.
He tried to, and then he got
Yeah.
fucking passed out by Moxley anyway. And
which is
funny, but at the same time, like,
don't set that precedent.
No,
And then MJF got the next one, and that's when Tony Khan
and
put
Tony
the kibosh. Yeah.
But again, Tony listened to the crowd and said, "Hey, okay, we're not going to do this anymore."
Yeah.
So, and they're not going to stop doing Money in the Bank. They have an event called Money in the Bank that is one of their most popular shows of the year. And so, it's not going anywhere. And I don't know. Again, you have the same creative team planning this stuff that you've had planning the Royal Rumbles, planning everything, so it's just not.
It's time to get some fresh blood.
Time to get some fresh blood in the creative scene.
Yeah.
They have all these writers, but every time they show the creative team, it's like the same people.
It's the same guys. Yeah.
Michael Hayes and Bruce Pritchard and, same people that have been there since 96.
Yeah. You're going to end up rehashing the same idea. It's bound to happen,
Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of my feeling on Money in the Bank as well.
Larry Line says he's usually of the belief that every wrestler who wins a tournament or a money match should always buy a sports car that immediately gets crushed.
Thank you.
Every single time. I agree. Money in the Bank should have ended after Rollins cash in. It was never topped in like 10 years, would have been a good run for Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, you could just get rid of it. It's okay. You can come up with a new concept,
Well, they got rid of the hardcore title, and look how great it was when they brought the 24/7 title.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Money in the Bank would have been better if not every winner was successful on a cash-in. Then they went through a long period of time where the winners weren't successful. Well, I remember Damian Sandow had it for a long time, and he tried to cash it in on Cena, who had just been through a brutal match, and then he lost.
Yeah,
clean.
And they just
it's like, well, he's done.
Kennedy was the same way. Mr. Kennedy had it, and then he whatever
He
his
got
issues
hurt.
were. Yeah, and then Edge ended
Or
up
he got
winning it from him.
suspended. That's right.
Probably.
And Edge took it off him.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of this shit has happened with these guys. Yeah, it's just, and then of course, who can forget the 2017 first ever women's Money in the Bank match? Fuck that. Let's not even talk about it. That I think was pretty much where I was like, this is dead to me. There's no going back.
Yeah. Yeah. When misogyny
So,
is booking your wrestling promotion.
dude, oh, the heat, brother, the heat. So the other last big one that I've got here are like the Casino Battle Royals that AEW's done.
Yeah.
Or did we have
Casino
any? Did
Gauntlet.
anybody else have anything else to say about? Yeah, no, nothing.
Bleary Line said Sandow, Baron Corbin,
Yeah.
Austin Theory all lost.
Yeah, but you know who won? Jack Swagger. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, our new method for building new guys is that you just get the belt within 3 months of arriving, and then we forget about you for like 2 years after that.
Yep.
So the men's Casino Battle Royal winners are a little different.
Well, and nowadays, obviously, it's a Casino Gauntlet.
It's a Casino Gauntlet,
and they have the Casino Ladder match,
right?
And they have the Casino Battle Royal.
So it starts out in May of 2019. Double or Nothing. Hangman.
I was there. Yep.
Oh shit. Hangman gets the inaugural title shot. So the very first, and that's when they used to do the, like you would be like a spade or an ace or something like that, right? I never fucking understood that.
Hated it. Didn't like it at all.
If the sun is in the 7th house and you draw this number, then you can have this next entrance. Just not for me. In August of 2019, at All Out, Nyla Rose gets a shot at the inaugural world title match on the Dynamite debut. And then here's where they just start getting interesting. At All Out, in 2020 at All Out, Lance Archer wins. He gets a world title shot on Dynamite. And I don't even know if it was the following Dynamite, but just an eventual Dynamite. Same thing. Jungle Boy wins it in 2021 at Double or Nothing, gets a world title shot on Dynamite. Kyle O'Reilly won in 2022. It looks like the last Casino Battle Royale. And he qualified for an AEW Interim World Championship Eliminator Series. And I don't want to talk about that. So we're not going to talk about that.
Oh boy. Well, so that's what's interesting about this. So what I think has made the gauntlets and the battle royals and the ladder matches feel a little more special is that they're not tied to
anything specific.
One specific event that you're going to.
And it's not the biggest event of the year.
Right. You're not like fighting for the single biggest moment of the entire year when you're doing these matches. It can be a world title shot on Dynamite next week. It can be a world title shot, or it could be for the TNT title, or it could be for the trios titles. You reminded me before we came on, they did a trios battle royal.
They did one other women's casino battle royal, and that was at All Out in September 2021. I was there, and Ruby Soho won. She got a title shot at Grand Slam. Yeah, there's one casino trios royale. I don't know exactly what the rules were. It was December 23rd, 2022. It was not for a title shot. AR Fox and Top Flight got $300,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a trios one.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
There's a casino tag. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Benny the Bear says Casino Battle Royal was so convoluted as a concept like King of the Mountain. Yes. Agreed. Bleary Line says Casino Gauntlet is a monumental upgrade on both the Casino Battle Royal or Casino Ladder match. Totally. Because essentially what you do is you take the Royal Rumble, then you do it in reverse. So you want to be number one.
Right.
Because you have the
in the
best
gauntlet.
chance
In the
of winning
gauntlet.
If you're in the gauntlet.
Yeah.
You want to be number one. You can pin people, you know. It's not about getting thrown over the top. And so there can be up to a certain amount of people who will be in it, but you may not even get that far because you could pin the guy you're in the ring with to begin the match and it's over.
You can fight outside the ring for 25 minutes, making me think that you're legitimately knocked out and then come back and win it. Athena last year at All Out. totally did not think she was winning that. That was fucking crazy. Yeah,
That was awesome.
The Casino Gauntlet match is kind of effectively what the Royal Rumble was in '88 or whatever.
Yes,
where it felt
exactly.
so fresh and so new and such an original concept.
Well, because somebody lower on the totem pole, like if somebody like, let's say just I'm grabbing a random ass name, like let's say AR Fox wins it.
Mhm.
I'm down to see AR Fox wrestle the champ next
Yep.
week on Dynamite. Like
Yep.
I'm not, that's not a
100%.
problem. Am I down to see him headline All In? Not right off
Exactly.
the top, but you know, like it's a possibility. Agree's got to let the dog out, but in or out or something. But yeah, it's really like because it's not tied to a specific event. It's a little, it doesn't hamstring you the same way, and you can set it up to meet a variety of different goals.
That's my argument. So I had to get up for a second there because I thought my dog was knocking at the door and she was not. That's my argument in a nutshell. Is like when you are tying it to the one great big huge event every single year, it's just no, it's not for me. But like you said, AR Fox getting a shot on Dynamite, fuck yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
You know?
Blair Line asked, wasn't there one for the inaugural national championship?
I haven't gotten there yet. There was. I haven't gotten that far.
Oh, you got the history of
notes.
this. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Did you want to do the casino ladder match or do you want to just skip over that?
No, you
So
just
here's the thing. So the casino ladder match, May 23rd, 2020, Double or Nothing. Brian Cage wins a title shot at Fight for the Fallen. The next year, Hangman wins, 2021, gets a title shot at Full Gear. This is the first time anybody actually ever won, that they got the title shot and then went on to win the title. And then 1 year later, MJF also won, and then he got a title shot at Full Gear. He was the second person to do it. But the men's casino gauntlet match starts in 2024, and those are just fucking all over the place because it's exactly what you were just talking about, Blade. They're doing 4 of them a year. And they're just, sometimes they're on Dynamite, sometimes they're on All In. The first 2 were on Dynamite, and Ospreay won them. He won a international title shot.
He won the first 2 of them. Yeah.
Yep. April 24th, he wins the right to vie for the international title, which he won. And then May of 2024, a month later, he wins another one to get a world title shot at Forbidden Door.
And
then in August,
fucking match.
Oh yeah. And then in August, that's when Christian got his whole pseudo Money in the Bank thing. September, Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay win, I guess, a tag gauntlet match, and they got a world tag shot at Grand Slam. January of 2025, Powerhouse Hobbs wins ones on Dynamite. July of 2025, MJF wins at All In. November 22, Ricochet wins the national championship in a gauntlet match. And then, of course, April 12th, 2026, Kevin Knight winning the fucking vacant TNT title. Super awesome. And then there's a couple women's ones, which are won by Toni Storm and Athena.
Yep.
That's when Toni Storm got that Grand Slam shot in Australia, which she won, which was fucking cool.
Rookie Toni Storm. Yeah. So you think
I've
forgotten?
She was rookie Toni Storm. God,
yeah.
That storyline was so fucking good.
So good. And then, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, that's just it. Just like I said, like the Casino Gauntlet, I think, is my favorite variation of it. But like any of these, it proves like if you do it right, if you put the time into it, if you put the care into it, they don't. I'm sitting here poo-pooing these ideas, but they don't have to be bad. You know,
I think when they're married to a particular event at a particular time of year, that's going to lead to another event at a particular time of year.
That's what I don't care for.
And a specific match, you really do end up stringing yourself. And Larry Line points out that Ruby Soho won one of the battle royals. Larry Line also reminds us that the trios match was the Three Kings Christmas Trios Draft Kings Battle Royal.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That was back in the days when Tony was just like, we're just going to make up this ridiculous match type. Yep. Like, it's just a dumb thing. We're going to put it on Rampage.
Right? Yeah. And it's just going to be the longest name you can possibly imagine.
Yeah. So then Blair Line says, meanwhile, during the Darby reign, being alive and having most of your limbs is enough to get a title shot from Darby. That's correct. Casino ladder match deserves to be forgotten and cast to hell for that stupid fucking poker
Dude,
chip.
yeah. Do you remember what was the one where it was
Remember
like,
when Sky got the giant ring? It was like a Sonic
it was
ring.
the Sonic ring, yeah.
Yeah,
What was
and
that?
then he cashed it in against Wardlow and lost.
Yeah, Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when Matt Sydal like came in and it was like his big debut in AEW and he like immediately fucked up some like top rope move and like, oh, just cut the cameras, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor
And
guy.
I know it
I
was
like
a
Matt
joke.
Sydal, though.
The literal brass ring. No, I know.
Yeah.
Big love to Matt Sydal. It
Yeah,
could
no,
happen to anybody.
Yeah,
I loved
that
on
shit happens.
BTE how they tried to explain it was Michael Nakazawa had oiled up the ropes.
Right.
And that's why he slipped.
Yeah,
But
it's not. I'm not a person to ever chant "you fucked up." So
No,
Matt Sydal,
no.
if you ever hear this, I'm not taking a shot at you, dude.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He probably fucks up all the time. Everybody does. How often do you just walk down the hallway and then you like just trip on absolutely nothing? That's the story of every day of my life.
I've fucked up on this show. The one we're doing right now, like at least 4 or 5 times. Yeah. So
but I'm not doing that on national television. It's fine. He doesn't care.
Yeah, totally. Exactly. Losers. Yeah. So the last thing that we're coming to is eliminator matches. And I got one in particular for you to agree. The C2. So for the longest time, I was the most outspoken because you know me, if I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to be loud about it. I said, why would you win a belt at the end of this tournament and then have to defend it in a one-on-one match, right? But now they've changed it during this Moxley reign, and I think it makes a little more sense. They did that King of Pro Wrestling title in New Japan years ago where it was like, you win it, and if you're holding it at the end of the year, you're the official champion. But until then, you're just like the
interim
current contender to be the champion. It was a stupid thing. It was actually, I believe, Okada's idea. That's what the C2 felt like for a long time. And to me, it was like, why wouldn't you get a world title shot for winning the C2 when the Owen Hart tournament theoretically is much easier to win than the C2?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, Blurry Line says King of Pro Wrestling was like a scramble match, but stretched out over a whole year.
So everybody was just an interim champ for a whole year, basically.
So
until
like
the end of
Shingo
the year?
Takagi won the title at one point, and then he defended the title from there. But you had to be holding the title at the end of the year to be recognized as the official King of Pro Wrestling champion.
That's odd.
And that's what the C2 kind of felt like
at
first, which was like, why did Okada wrestle Eddie Kingston for it? Because he only had to beat Eddie in one match.
Right.
And Eddie had to wrestle 5 matches and like beat all these people, you know? I like that they've added the eliminator aspect to it. So to get a title shot, you have to either take Jon Moxley to 20 minutes or you have to beat Jon Moxley just to get the title shot.
Yeah.
Then you get a shot at the title. That makes more sense to me because one, it should be a little more forgiving to whoever the champ is, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Because you won one hell of a tournament to win that belt.
Right.
Yes. Joe says, Blurry Line says provisional champion.
Provisional champion.
That's what it was.
I mean, I do like that. I do like that little twist on the C2. I like the idea of going through a tournament, winning a belt, and then you get to hold it all year.
And then defend it in the next year's tournament.
Because I like that too. Yeah. I don't mind them defending it through the year just because it's interesting to me. I mean, I guess the verdict is out. It's like kind of like I'm in the mode where it's like, well, give it a couple years and see how it feels. I like what you're saying though, in terms of like they've added these little stipulations so you can get a shot, but you really have to work. It's like the pure title or something. Anything where you add extra little rules, that's a cool little gimmick to me, you know? I like that.
I like the time limits. I like that any interference is absolute no-no. Like that is like you are in deep fucking shit.
Yeah, because look at how big of a deal it was when Okada cheated.
Mhm.
And I mean, he didn't get caught or whatever, but it was like, oh my God. And it's Okada on top of
Yep.
that. Like, how could he, you know?
And he screwed
Um,
Fletcher and all
hmm
that. Yeah, that was good.
and the ripple effect, you know, that just kicks
Mhm.
off. Yeah, I like that. I like the C2. It's one of my favorite times a year. Um, but yeah, I like eliminator matches too.
I like eliminator matches too. I mean, they're really just classic non-title matches, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
most of the time, the challenger doesn't
Most
win.
exactly. So on those rare occasions where they do. Um,
Yeah.
but what was Bleary Line saying here?
Larry says, I'm not a fan of that title being defended, but the exception could be that a great wrestler is not in the C2 and wants to be in the tournament. So winning the title is their
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
It's
It
an automatic
basically means,
shot at getting in the tournament. Yeah.
well, right. If you're
Or a
the champion,
buy-in.
you
Yeah.
have to be in the tournament.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
uh,
I like that aspect of it.
totally, totally. And so, and you know, so I had briefly mentioned that we would cover New Japan, you know, the G1 and the New Japan Cup.
Mhm.
And I don't have any problem with how they do that because earlier the chat was pointing out that it's only guaranteed you a title shot for the last since like 2012 or something. It used to just
Okay.
be a big trophy, you know,
Right.
that you
Right. That's what I thought.
got. Yeah.
And you
Like,
get a shot at Wrestle Kingdom.
yeah, now you get a
Okay.
shot at Wrestle Kingdom. Zack Sabre, when he won it, he wanted the shot in the UK because they were doing
Mhm.
Royal Quest or whatever the event was, and like he was winning it, obviously.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
however, I do have to say, once you've won the G1, which is like such an amazing tournament, and then you lose at Wrestle Kingdom, it's like, oh boy, like
Right.
wow,
Yeah. That's right. That's where it kind of, again, you get, we keep using the word hamstrung, and I really like that word.
yeah,
But that's
yeah.
what it is. It's like now you're kind of like, well, was this guy all that? You know?
Yeah, but
Or
as Antoine fairly pointed out, like New Japan is very tournament based, just
yeah.
in the way they do everything with tag teams,
Mhm.
Super Juniors, the G1, all of it. So
Well,
it's not unheard of.
no, and that's kind of the beauty of like the G1 or the C2, where it's like you see people like Mox take a loss to Kyle Fletcher and then go on, or not Kyle Fletcher, Kyle O'Reilly, and then
Mhm.
go on to win the whole fucking thing. So it's
Right?
like it's not crazy for a guy to lose in a tournament setting like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Bleary Line says we need more trophies in wrestling, and he is right.
That's correct. That's
I'm a big
correct.
fan of trophies.
Yeah,
I
G1.
like the Owens trophy belts, basically, you know, like
Yeah, no, I think they're cool. I mean,
ugliest fucking ugliest belt in the world, but I love it, you know?
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah,
love the history behind it, of course.
yeah. I have an Adam Cole and Britt Baker where they have those belts, the
Mhm.
figures
Mhm.
with the belts. It was cool.
That's cool.
But
Yeah.
like, you know, ultimately, I think like this is a
Hold on
fun
real
thing.
quick before you get off. When you had those figures, did you
Yeah,
take the belt off of her and put it onto your Mercedes figure when she was holding all those titles?
I didn't.
Oh, I do that. Sorry. That's like a ceremony in my house.
Oh wow, it's like a
You should have
ceremony.
been
You're
when
like,
when Darby won the fucking belt and we took the off of the MJF toy and put it on the Darby toy.
oh
It was
no,
like
I
a
do that.
moment in my house. That's what I mean.
I
Yeah, like
yeah, I do
I
that.
mean, it's not like a
I did it
proper
with Darby.
ceremony.
I
Yeah.
did it with Darby, but
Yeah.
yeah, I could have done it with.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel bad.
disappointed. Okay, so
Yeah.
anyway, what were you talking about before I interrupted you and you probably lost your train of thought and now you can't remember? You have a toy of the two of them holding the belts, and we were
That's
talking about liking trophies, and I like Bleary Line likes trophies, and I said I like trophy belts,
Mhm.
and they won the
And we were
C2,
talking
and
about how ugly they were. And what I was gonna say is basically, at the end of the day,
Mhm.
this is a fun theoretical exercise, right? It's
Mhm.
a fun thing to do. I'm not saying I could do it better. I'm
No,
not
I
a
couldn't.
booker. There's a shitload of complication that comes with this shit. But
Mhm.
what I do appreciate is with, you know, that what AEW's done right so far is that the only thing they're really beholden to on a calendar is All In
Mhm.
and Blood and Guts. Like they're going to do
Mhm.
that kind of around a certain time of year, you know, that kind of thing. And then everything else is kind of fluid from there, you know.
Yeah.
I think anytime you have two of the same match type, that's a big gimmick match. Like I will say it All In last year, I thought the men's all was far inferior to the women's. The
Mhm.
women's looked like they put everything they had into it, and the men's was just kind of like I mean, and we're talking about great wrestlers. It wasn't their fault. They were booked to do this. They were laying around a lot. And, you know, it was just like, okay, let's just get to MJF winning this thing, you know?
Well, and you can't help but have a comparison. I mean, the Blood and Guts this year, the women. I mean, both Blood and Guts were fucking awesome, but boy, that women's one was a whole different story, dude. Like,
it was a whole different story.
It was my taste, at least.
Yeah,
and so,
and
but
then
you can't.
And Athena winning was very exciting, you know.
Go on.
Yeti Malone says the only ceremony that Blade does with his Mercedes figure is getting a wedding ceremony to the CEO.
It's like in Spaceballs when he's playing with the little toys. You have a little custom Blade toy.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Christ, it's like somebody has cameras in here. Blood and Guts being kind of yearly, but not having a guaranteed yearly pay-per-view is a huge plus. Yes.
Well, I mean, AEW doesn't, other than All In, I don't see that they have like a hierarchy of big four or big three or whatever. They probably do, and I just don't pay that close of attention or something. I don't know. But yeah, I like the fluidity of that company.
The one that I always thought was the biggest one before All In came back was All Out, just because it was like paying tribute to that initial event.
Yeah.
But Double or Nothing was the first, you know.
So
Revolution had a really good track record as far as like, you know, being booked really well year over year. And now I definitely consider All In to be the
it's just
mothership show. You know?
It is, yeah. And it's just this big glorious celebration of all that is AEW, which I love.
So yeah, so you know, basically, I think the moral of what we're saying here is if you do something the same way for too long by the same people for too long, going to run it into the ground. WWE appears to be the worst offender of that by our measure here, but
they've been doing it longer too.
That's what I mean. It's been doing it 30 years, so it's bound to create some issues there.
Yeah,
but you know, they're gonna have to work if they want the Owen Hart to continue to be for what it is. It's going to take a lot of effort to make it interesting year after year after year.
They this year with Ospreay coming back from his injury, if that is the route they're going, which I assume they are, they've had that handed to them really nicely on a little platter of here's a really cool storyline that you can do. But yeah, we'll see where the future holds. And I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not a fucking booker. I am not going to tell you how to do this a better way because I sure as shit don't know. But I can at least point out what I don't like, and you know we can move from there. Story of my fucking life. Hey Blade, how do you like this artwork I created for the show? Well, let me tell you what I don't like about it, and then it's back to the drawing board.
Let me start there. Yeah. Blurry line. All In has a track record of being a celebration of pro wrestling. All Out has a track record for harrowing crimes and misery to bring you back down to your gritty, impoverished existence. Yeah,
that's also
that is so true.
Yeah.
Since All In started, All Out is like
just
back to the fucking danger zone. You know,
tragic.
Yeah. Benny the Bear. Revolution is usually a great pay-per-view, but gets forgotten because of how great every other pay-per-view is come year end awards. Absolutely. Last year,
usually consistent.
Dave Meltzer said that they had 3 5-star matches in a row. Like Ospreay and Fletcher in the cage. Penny, Penny and Takeshita. And the Hollywood ending.
Yeah.
So like
Jesus Christ.
Yeti Malone, Hell in the Cell being a regular pay-per-view really hamstrung the E into having a bunch of big feuds boil over at the same time.
Exactly.
Or building up a feud to be a big blood feud kind of inorganically. And so because you've got to culminate it at
you have to do it at this specific time.
I am shocked, quite honestly, that the Fiend Seth Rollins thing did not kill that match.
Oh, was that where they had the maggots on the?
No, that was Randy versus Wyatt.
What was the one with the Fiend?
The Fiend was Seth versus the Fiend, and like Seth kept hitting his finishers, and the Fiend like no sold him, and the Fiend had a big hammer, and the match ended in a disqualification or a no contest in the Hell in the Cell.
No.
And it ended with the crowd chanting AEW. Yeah, they had the red cell. Yes, drowned in red light so no one could see shit.
Oh, I
It
remember
ended in a
that too.
DQ.
Yeah.
Ended in
No.
a DQ.
No. 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 It's no.
No.
It's how like when has Satan ever disqualified someone? You know? It's a fucking hell in a
Exactly.
cell.
This isn't hell.
It's
It's
not
more
hell at
like
all.
more like Arkansas in a cell. All right. Well, guys, y'all are beautiful. You guys,
One of you
again-
isn't though.
well, you're talking about me.
No.
All right.
I'm not talking about you. You're
All right.
fucking gorgeous. What are you talking about?
Thanks.
We're
buddy.
talking about the people who are listening.
Oh,
All of you are
right.
beautiful.
One
And I'm not
of
just
you listening to this is less
one of
than
you
glamorous.
listening to the show is not beautiful. But it's because you're not beautiful on the inside. You know who you
Yes.
are. It's time to start changing things. Okay.
Hideous freak.
When I'm the one telling you to change your fucking life, that means you know it's time to change. Anyway, the rest of you are awesome. Are we signing off?
We're signing off.
Do you remember what my sign off is? I don't
No.
remember it. It's something to the effect of, I'm Professor Degree. This is iBlade Daily. He's the host of Sit Down, Shut Up, Mark Out, which you should also be listening to if you're not. It's a lot like this show with 100% less me. So maybe that's a huge positive. Pro wrestling forever. For everyone.
For all people, for all time.
For all people, for all time. Everybody's involved. We like you. We want you to like the show. Something like that.
We're professionals.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Wrestling.
Keep reaching for the
Forever.
stars. Forever.
That was terrible. Pro
It
wrestling.
was fucking horrible.
Pro wrestling forever. Okay, that's funny. Let's read the rest of these real quick.
Okay.
Skewer Universe podcast, the kitchen sink, and it was a disqualification ending.
Yeah.
Antoine says no contest. Yes, the most infamous crap ever. Can make that shit up. I mean, they did make that shit up, and that's what they arrived at. X-Pac literally said on the watch along, I don't care if you don't invite me back to these. That fucking sucked. Kathy Kelly looked like she was terrified for her job.
Oh my gosh.
He's talking about me, but I know his true feelings. He worships me. That's skewered.
No, I wasn't talking about anybody in the chat. I'm talking about the larger audience. Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry.
I
did write it down, but I lost it. Well,
you lost it?
I deleted it on X. Sometimes I delete things if I don't know what they are. If I don't keep, like, I might have just accidentally deleted it. So
I'm gonna have to like start writing it in your clothes.
I know, I'll write it down. Well, if I write it on
Like
actual
writing your
paper,
name.
it's more likely that I'll keep it if I write it down on actual paper. It's because I saved it digitally. Sorry.
Maybe if you listen to the last episode.
Yeah, I probably should actually. I could
Yeah,
do that. You could
yeah.
listen to it too if you want to listen to it at home.
Yeah,
All right, I think
you
that's
guys,
the show.
you guys can because
here
I
it is.
listen to
It's
it
for
like
all people, all time, for everyone, forever.
goodbye, everybody, except agree, don't leave.
I won't.
Yes, the Toblerone is just in time to say goodbye.
I'm sorry
Don't be sad because it's over. Be happy because it
that you missed it.
Toblerone, take good care. Agree, stay here.
Bye.